Welcome again to another episode. Now let's talk about the new musket unit. First of all, you need to know that the volley is not the main selling point of this unit. Hence, it's actually the worst skill to use. Or let's say the worst skill this unit has. Let me explain further. Some of you have watched the previous video of the BTR version of this unit and did notice a doctrine that makes every single bullet damage 2 targets but with only 75% damage. Well, this doctrine only works during the volley, and the volley only makes or fires 4 times. Like the whole unit will fire during the volley 4 times. Okay? So that's not much. I mean, compared to the Imperial Arquebusers, this is like 1/5 of the damage. So it's not really the big of a deal. However, with that specific doctrine I just mentioned, the 75% one, it will make the volley more adequate during or versus blobs of enemies when you need to dash out like the maximum amount of damage, putting in consideration the numbers of the enemies in front of you. So it's true that their volley is not the best they have. However, with that doctrine, it makes the volley a bit better. So in my opinion, their volley is like an A tier volley compared to the S tier volley of the Imperial Arquebusers. But we also need to mention some other things, like the angle of the volley is wider than the Imperial Arquebusers. It feels like 180 degrees, and it doesn't matter if the enemy is elevated or downwards. You know, it just doesn't matter. The unit will simply look downwards and look upwards during the volley and keep firing. It's fine. In case you don't know, this does not happen with the Imperial Arquebusers volley. That's why this volley is a bit better in terms of aiming, accuracy, and angle. Plus, the terrain does not really affect them, so you can easily make a volley on the stairs, and it will actually work. Even after deploying pikes on the stairs, yes. Because your pikes are almost invisible to your unit, it does not affect them. It does not ruin the volley. So you can literally just plant the pikes and press volley and it will work. Of course, it's better if you deploy the pikes, then back a little before doing that volley. I'm just saying. Now let's talk about the really good stuff about this unit, which is both the accuracy and the fire time, or let's say the aim time, and the main selling point of this unit, which is the pikes. So in terms of accuracy, they are great. Even their fire rate in any formation is pretty adequate. Meaning, like this clip, I can just stand on the siege tower and fire downward with a pretty neat range and accuracy, even versus moving targets like cavalry. And I did like many times, but just this one video of it. I also need to mention that they have one of the lowest time to aim, meaning they will fire as soon as they stand in their spot in the formation, which may lead to very quick snipes like these. Now to the best part, which will ruin any cavalry lover day. The pikes. Well, the pikes are really good, but you need to understand how they work as a cavalry user. First, you do not insta-die from the first hit from the pikes, but rather, you get this red mark of death. And no, it does not matter if you touch the pike from the side, back, or front. It's all the same. It will still give you the mark. Now, if you insist on charging in and got hit a second time, or touched again by the pikes, your cavalry will mostly insta-die. A great example of this is this little Creek Brooder over here. He just passed the pikes, got touched once, and then while coming back, he will touch the pike again from behind and die. We all know that the pikes can be destroyed, but that is not really recommended, since heroes like the glaive or the longsword will get some of their skills messed up. Like this longsword over here, try to charge through my pikes. It's really like a hard terrain for heroes to walk on, you know? Did I mention that the pikes are also good for deterring melee units? Like this cute wooey over here, who insisted into ramming into my pikes and got themselves killed. So, just in case you don't know, always be careful while dealing with this unit, as a cavalry user of course, since there is no visible deploy animation for those spikes. Most of the time it glitches out, so you will not see it coming. So as of me using this unit, I will simply just wait for you to charge and quickly deploy it right after you close in on me with your charge. Last but not least, while building their doctrines, I would say that the 75% to bullets doctrine is okay to use, especially versus blobs of enemies. And again, I remind you that the doctrine only works during the volley. And here you go, the usual musket composition doctrine build. When it comes to the veterancy tree, if you are that person who tries to push solo or always complaining about where are the pikemen, well, I suggest you go for the bottom line. The bottom line will enhance the pike ability. However, the only two nodes that you need are these two. However, and personally, I would rather going for the top line. I know some of the nodes are not the best, but overall it gives you what you need as a musket unit.